Guys, welcome back to Geeks Love Dogs. This is Paul, and I did a very, very bad thing. While out running errands, I decided to randomly stop at a used bookstore I hadn't had a chance to check out. And little did I know that I was going to come home with about 100 books. So here we are, and I'm going to do a video, and it might take two videos. Used bookstore here in Rochester called Small World Books. They have books for $1. A lot of books for $1. On top of that, they were having a 20% off sale today. So, yeah, you're going to get a video that I was not expecting to make, that wasn't planned. Maybe two videos, depending how long this takes, because I misbehaved. First thing I want you to know is I left behind as much as I picked up. I left behind entire collections of McDonald and McBain and other crime books that were $1 a piece in good shape. Literally another 100 books I could have picked up. So, got me some slack that I didn't get everything, because I'll have to have a chance to go back. In any case, like I said, this is Small World Books on North Street in Rochester, New York. I'll show you later the address. But I want to show you some of the books. And like I said, I might have to do this in two videos. Sorry for all the screw-ups. Basically just walked in the door and have very little time before the house goes crazy to make a video when I wasn't expecting to. So forgive the stuttering and the mistakes and the gaps. Hope you just appreciate the books. I'm going to start with the books first that weren't $1. They're originally $5. But like I said, they were having a 20% off sale, so I picked everything up for $4 for the more expensive books, but almost everything I'm going to show you was 80 cents after the discount. So for the $4 books, I picked up, you ready for these? All right, Galaxy 666 by Pt1. Now, I actually heard this book is absolutely one of the worst books ever written, which is why I picked it up. A bad Star Trek ripoff. I just had to have it, but oh my god, the shape it's in. Mint. So, what the heck? I picked up Hocus Pocus. Now, I actually have the collection of these, the hardcover with all of them in it, but I love the cover, and I've never seen the actual book out in the wild. So, this is by Paul Anderson and Gordon R. Dickson combined, the Teddy Bear Planets. See, 3 novels by Damon Knight. I don't have any Damon Knight. I saw it. I figured here's a good place to start. I get 3 chances to check him out. It's very small novels, apparently. But I've never read any Damon Knight, so. A Norman Spinrad. I think it's only my second Norman Spinrad, because I do have a hardcover of his Little Heroes. Like I said, these ended up being like $4 a piece. And I bought the set of Lee Brackett's John Stark books. Like I said, I have actually a paperback collection of those, but really wanted. That's 3. Let's do 2 first. The Hounds of Skaith. Focus. I set this up in a hurry, so I apologize. Anyway, there, I think that's focused. And 3, The Reavers of Skaith. Saratoga Barrier by Frank Herbert. I don't have this book. I have some Frank Herbert's other than Dune, of course, and I didn't have this one. And it really something that I should have had in my collection, and I finally do. Shaggy Planet by Ron Goulart. I heard about this somewhere, but I was curious about it. So Anderson's Satan's World. I mean, come on. I was already collecting Poul Anderson, but Satan's World? You had me at hello. Look at that cover, man. Let's see. Eric Frank Russell's Wasp. I guess this is the first unabridged U.S. publication version of it, and for $4. I have a reprint in the Penguin Classics, whatever, but I just saw this. I'm like, yes. And I'm not sure. I haven't sorted these. I'm pulling them out of the bag as I get to them. So, and finally, I think this is the last one. It was $4. I have a bunch of Edgar Rice Burroughs. And I didn't have this one. So there we go. Those were $4 after my discount. And those were the expensive books. So let's do the cheap ones. Like I said, I have no idea what order these are coming out of the bag, however they put them in. So let's see. Charity Blackstock, The Gallant. A pungent mystery of an invisible conman. I mean, come on. A pungent mystery of an invisible conman. I never heard of Charity Blackstock. But this looks fun. Some more assignment books. Assignment Mara Tirana. Fawcett Gold Medal Edward Ahrens to add to my collection, which I didn't know I was going to do. I said this is going to run long. I might have to do it in 2 sections, maybe post it like Saturday and Sunday. Hope you're there for me. Assignment Manchurian Doll. Not sure if I had that one or not, but this one's such a nice shape for $1. Remember, these, like I say, these are all 80 cents technically. 80 cents. Focus. Mickey Spillane, Killer Mine. I haven't seen a Mickey Spillane since my grandparents. So, for 80 cents, yeah, I picked it up. The guns, the punks, the whores were dying too fast. It says double threat Mickey Spillane. I don't know. It doesn't look like 2 books to me. Killer Mine. Let's take a look, shall we? Killer Mine. Is there a second book in here? Yes, Man Alone. Alright. Fair enough. I have no idea who this is. I just like the cover, even though it's got a rip in it. Bianca in Black. Oh, this is why I picked it up. Elizabeth Sax Romer. I had heard of Sax Romer, but I never heard of Elizabeth Sax Romer. I know Sax Romer did the Fu Manchu type books, and so that's what caught my attention when I saw it. I don't know what it is. I just know for less than $1, it's worth taking a look at. Another Edward S. Ahrens, but not an assignment book. Escape to Love. Escape to Love and a crackling suspense novel. Crackling. I don't know how you crackle, but cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do this in 2. Assignment Stella Marnie. Another assignment book. A little bit of staining on the back. Not too bad, though. Forgive my allergies, they're acting up, and I didn't take anything before I started doing this. John Brunner, I've never heard of. Where the Butcher's Medal. This is not sci-fi like he normally writes, so it caught my attention. A summer hitchhike across Europe turns into a nightmare of horror and fear. So I thought I'd check out a John Brunner that was not sci-fi. All right. No idea what this was. It just looked interesting. Harold Q. Masur, Scott Jordan, lawyer and private eye, up to his ears in dames and danger. The name is Jordan. I mean, come on. That is just so. I've never heard of it, never heard of Harold Q. Messer, and probably assuming it's a fake name, but who knows. Just had to. Picked up a Stony Man. What the heck, right? Why not? Said less than $1. Number 16. Deep Alert versus a Shallow Alert. Somehow that matters. Nick Carter, the 13th Spy, a Killmaster spy chiller. I've never read a lot of these because this isn't something I was into. Like I said, I started blaming the other YouTubers. Some of the stuff I'm getting would come directly from watching Book Graveyard, Bad Taste Books, Pulp Mortem, Michael K. Vaughan, Criminale. They kind of inspired me to pick up and start leaning in a new direction reading wise, and it's been fun so far. Assignment Budapest. I don't know why I don't usually get this lucky with books where I can find stuff like this cheap, so I'm happy. I don't know what this is, and I definitely did not pick it up just for the cover. I don't care what you say. I just saw it sitting there, and for less than $1, it was interesting. Fell of Dark by Reginald Hill. And I thought somebody might get a kick out of seeing the cover. Harry Betnick and Peter Thorne are on holiday in the Lake District. Harry is escaping from a crumbling marriage. Peter from the effects of a nervous breakdown. But instead of escape, they find themselves in deeper trouble. A double murder. 2 girls are found, stripped, and strangled on a Cumbrian fell. And the finger of suspicion points straight at Harry and Peter. I said Harry Potter for a second as I'm reading through the camera. All right. G8 and his Battle Aces. Mark of the Vulture. I don't have enough World War I books, so I've heard of this, and I've never been able to find one in the wild or elsewhere. So I'm like, yes, please. I've still got half a bag to go. This will be 2 videos. There you go. Tom Sharp, Wilt on High. I have no idea what it is. I just could not get over that cover. It's freaking hilarious. I mean, seriously. Oh my god, this cover and this back cover. Yeah, apparently it's a comedy, but you couldn't tell by the cover. That poor guy, haha. Another one, I don't have any idea, but it looked interesting. The Hook, number 2, Sight Unseen. Focus. The Hook is back. Gentleman Private Eye. Violence is his middle name. Sex is his signature. This is so up Book Graveyard's alley. Don't be jealous now. We have Matt Helm, The Ambushers by Donald Hamilton. I've never read a Matt Helm either, but I've heard the name come up, so... And here we are. Matt Helm, The Interlopers by Donald Hamilton. Again, forgive my breathing, no allergy medicine. Should have took it before I made a video. It's that time of year for me. Another Matt Helm, The Shadowers. Does anybody read Matt Helm? Does anybody know if it's any good? Another Matt Helm, The Menacers. December 11th. Where are these from? 1968. So, the year I was born. Shouldn't be telling you that, right? James McDonald. Down the throat. What did I say? Battleships on the front of a cover, helicopters, snow, or a green book, and you got my attention. It says ships on the cover. There was no way I wasn't picking it up. Don't know what it's about, if it's any good. I just saw the boats. Oh, more Matt Helm. The Intriguers. Fawcett Gold Medal book. Different livery, but still. Number 14. Murderer's Row by Don Hamilton, Matt Helm. Number 5. Alright, and some of you vintage collectors are going to be jealous about the next one. Got this for 80 cents. You ready? Baroness number 3. This is a Ruby Light by Paul Kenyon. These Baroness's books, I've never seen them, and they're impossible to find affordably. 80 cents. Love it. Alright, almost done. Executioner number 8. Never read an Executioner either, but what the heck. Space Paw. I also have the paperback collection of this series by Gordon R. Dixon, but I think it may actually be the same series, isn't it? But in any case, I wanted an individual copy. So, Bear with a Chainsaw. Come on, man. That's not the love. Gordon R. Dixon's Pro. I've seen that 100 times, but never picked it up. I figured now was the time. Alright, down to the last few. Ron Goulart's Galaxy Jane. Space Pirate, Galactic Looter, Rebel Leader. Now we're talking. My pile is about to fall. I was about to have a bad accident. I just saw somebody else talking about this recently. I thought, oh, Bad Taste Books just got it. It just showed it as last book haul. I found this for $1 today. Never heard of it. And just found it. And dogs. I love dogs. Part of the branding, guys. And finally, last for this video, another Matt Helm, The Poisoners. Mission 13. Alright, so I will split this up. I will do the second part of it in another video. I'll try to post them Saturday and Sunday morning. Hopefully that'll work out. Again, apologize for my unprofessionalism, right? But I just couldn't. It's going to be too long. It's going to be almost 20 minutes with just half, so I'm not going to make a 40-minute haul video. I'll break it into 2. And I will see you soon, because literally as I'm posting it, about 5 minutes from now, my regular monthly book haul is about to go live. That video is about to go live on Friday. So you're going to get a lot of book haul right in a row. So anyway, remember, secret to Zen, read books, pet dogs, listen to metal. See you tomorrow.